Hey guys, welcome back to the channel and welcome back to the Fantasy Pavilion and welcome to my Albert Park reaction. So of course, as you know by now, the Formula One 2026 season opened on Saturday in Australia. And what can I say, it was a brilliant race. And of course, this marks the hybrid era. Smaller cars, bigger focus on battery power, battery boost. Right, it reminds me of Burnout 3 Takedown, one of the greatest racing games ever, where you'll tailgate someone and get boosts, or you just rock back a little bit, get some energy, and now you can overtake. And I think that was the highlight of the race, the fact that overtaking is a lot more exciting now, and that the cars are smaller so they can fit through some spaces, and you are definitely, if you had any doubt that these drivers are talented and deserve to be there, quell all doubt, cancel it, dispel it. These guys are amazing, absolutely amazing. We saw brilliant driving. Of course, thankfully there were no accidents. There were just failures, cars that were smoking. So thankfully no failures, right? I'm sorry, no accidents, no crashes, but it was brilliant. It was a brilliant race. I think this was a great way to kick off any season for any sport. You want this type of action, this type of excitement. It was exciting from the get-go. Leclerc sped off. I don't think George Russell was expecting that. It was a crazy start to the race. Mercedes and Ferrari had a great showing. Tough luck for McLaren, especially Oscar, of course. He couldn't even start, couldn't even get to the starting grid, so that was tough for him. I think well-deserved was driver of the day, Max Verstappen. Say what you want, hate on him all you want. Brilliant driver. You cannot take away from his talent. To come from, well, it wouldn't be 20th from what? Let's say 18th. To come from 18th all the way to 6th. Whew, he was moving like a man possessed. Every time he looked away from the race a bit and looked at the standings. He was 10th all of a sudden, then climbing up to 7th. He was brilliant race, well-deserved driver of the day. Have to give a brilliant shout to Ferrari getting their strategy right. Of course, I know they didn't win the race, but they did something. And big up to their team strategist, Lewis. Lewis was in charge. I'm happy that they've gave him a voice. They're listening to him, because when we had the first virtual safety car, everyone pitted. Well, majority of the drivers pitted. Lewis said, all right, I think this is a good time. One of us, do not double stack. Do not double stack. He was very strict on that, serious on that. I'm glad that they listened to him. He tried his best to stay out, but it just wasn't enough. But that Mercedes is fast. It has some speed in it. And this season already looks like it's going to be a very great battle at the top there. Ferrari are no longer the fast guys on the block. Mercedes has the power and has the speed, but I think it will always be down to skill now. It's definitely going to come down to skill based on what I've seen so far. But a brilliant start. Have to shout out Antonelli. 1-2 with your boy George. How you can't be upset. Cannot be upset at all. Of course, my boys are Ocon and I like Alonso. I like those kind of drivers. Alonso had some fail issues and then he was allowed to come back out. Now that one baffled me a bit. Why would you come back out? But I guess it makes sense. Maybe go back out there for research purposes. Let's just test the car. Let's take notes. You know, I guess they all have had their guys with the computers just trying to see how it reacts to certain things and using it as a tester so that they can have a better race and finish for the upcoming China GP that's coming this weekend. So it makes sense, I guess. We could take a quick look at let's look at the top 10. So of course, let's start from 10, go up the road. So Pierre Gasly. Now of course, solid with Alpine there. So we have Bortolotti, sorry, still trying to get his name right, making his debut with Audi. Brilliant in 9. You cannot be vexed. Lindblad, another newbie, 8. So some of the new guys getting points. Your first ever Grand Prix. First ever time with the big boys, and you are gaining points in your first race, your first Grand Prix, first full season. All the best to them. Behrman with some points as well now. Big up Haas Haas doing their thing and improving, and we have Verstappen in 6th, as I said, a brilliant race. Well-deserved driver of the day. Norris, of course, I know would be upset. The whole McLaren team would have been upset that they couldn't at least start off the season with a win or at least a podium. But of course, it's early days. Nothing is won in the first Grand Prix. It is early days. Lewis Hamilton in 4th had a great showing, as I said. He took charge. He was a great team lead. He showed his experience, and I'm glad that they listened to him, because you know Ferrari strategies are not the best. Leclerc, of course, in 3rd, picking up podium. Antonelli 2nd, and Russell 1st. Russell had a great race. I think Mercedes, everything that they did was perfect. The pitting, the virtual safety cars obviously did help. It was a great help. And of course, I think obviously if there was an actual safety car, that I think would have definitely put things back for Ferrari. I think Ferrari would have been able to probably take the race. I was even making a joke saying, imagine if there was 10 more laps in this race. Maybe Verstappen might have podiumed up the way he was racing, but he definitely did. He just ran out. He didn't have enough juice, enough power, enough time, enough laps to at least take a 4th or something. But 6th from 18th, almost 18th, 17th, no one will be upset about that. So upcoming, of course, is the China GP. I think what we've learned so far, what we've seen so far, all the drivers, all of us, you, me, the drivers, the teams, have learned at the same time. Obviously, they will learn more. They have the technology. We are learning as we go, and whatever articles come out, whatever the teams say, things like that. But from my perspective and what I've seen so far, I think the powers that be, whoever came together to make these changes, and of course, start this hybrid era, definitely going to see more fans. I think we'll get more fans joining and watching. All those people that say, oh, they're just going around in a circle, boring, rah, rah, rah. I think this hybrid era, this small car era, this battery era, I think this will definitely open up channels and ways for, I think people will sit down, hey, who was I watching, and taking highlights. If they put out the right highlights, the right overtaking, show some of the battles. There was a brilliant battle. Was it Perez and Gasly? It was a brilliant battle where the tires almost interlock like a puzzle. That was beautiful. If that had happened in previous seasons, God forbid there may have been an accident, right? Even Max, great recovery after coming off the track. So definitely something with the design and the build of these new units, we are going to have more exciting races. We are going to have some amazing overtaking, some driving, some skill. We're going to see the true skill of these drivers. And I think that this season is going to be an amazing one that it's going to be probably one of the best seasons, I believe. And I don't have a prediction yet who's going to win early, but of course, the front runners so far, the guys that looking solid are usual suspects, but don't count out some of those newbies at least getting a few podiums and picking up a few wins as they progress. So thanks for watching, guys. Let me know in the comment section where you're watching from, what you thought of the race, and who is your predictions for the China GP coming up, and who you like so far. Who, of course, you have your favorites going in or always, but who you like so far, who caught your eye, who you're looking for, who's on your radar, who you think is going to improve, stuff like that. So let me know. Again, like, share, subscribe. Help me grow the channel, help me build the channel. Look out for us on all platforms. I'll have some short form content. Drop a like, comment, engage. We love the interaction here. And all the best. Take care and have a great week, and see you all for the China GP.